Hey guys, David Calderon from Nutrisport. We're here today. We're going to talk a little bit about some mistakes that we see, not only in the gym but outside of the gym, that ultimately negate progress, influence progress, as it relates to recovery. Recovery is huge. We got to recover, or else we're not going to necessarily see much progress, if any. Three things we're going to talk about today, essentially. One, people train too often. Two, we're going to talk about the importance of nutrition. And three, we're going to talk about the importance of rest. I'm standing here with two people that are going to give you their input. We're going to get a male's perspective and a female's perspective. Travis Baker, probably remember Travis from our first video on fat burning and cardio. He's a personal trainer and an NPC competitor. His first show is April 14th, I believe. And our second representative, if you will, is Lindsay Harrod. She's a professional model, and she's getting ready for her first show. What is it, 2 weeks from today?
2 weeks from this past Saturday.
Okay, 2 weeks from this past Saturday, so we're excited for her. Again, guys, we're going to talk about three things. First thing is training. People train too much. So we're going to get some perspectives from both of these two individuals on what they've seen in the gym as it relates to training too often. Lindsay, why don't you give them a few thoughts on the subject?
So in regards to overtraining, what are you doing when you're in the gym? Essentially, when you're lifting and training, you're tearing those muscles, you're breaking down that muscle tissue. So if you're repeatedly tearing and breaking down that muscle tissue throughout the week, when is it going to repair itself and when is it going to grow? It's not. So as a girl, I see a lot of females in the gym, and I'm sure their main goal is to have a nice toned flat stomach and glutes. So they're training their abs and they're training those glutes every single day, hoping that they're going to get a nice lifted bum and they're going to have a flat stomach. It's not going to happen because they're never giving those muscles time to repair themselves and time to grow.
Exactly. What happens when we go into the gym? What do we do to the muscle?
We tear them.
Exactly. What do we need to make sure we don't do so we're not continually tearing down that muscle? Not work the same muscle too often. So, right on target with that recommendation. Travis, what do you see?
Onto the males, a lot of the times it's not so much working the same muscle repeatedly, it's more working that muscle for too long. Your duration, way too long. Quote of the day would be, 2-3 weeks ago I had a guy come up to me and said he killed his chest for 2 hours. And I looked at him straight in the eye and I said, that's exactly what you did. You just killed your chest. Key point would be stimulation versus annihilation. Okay? You go in, you hit it hard, and you get out. It's not a marathon. You want to go in with your intensity. Me personally, my chest workout, 35 minutes. And I'm hitting it. Me and my partner back to back. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going plenty heavy to get enough stimulation that when I leave the gym the next few days, I'm sore, but it's not overly sore. I know when I get to that point where I can't move side to side, that I did too much. That's exactly what I want to stay away from.
Exactly. Key thing, guys, yeah, we can either work out hard or we can work out long, but you can't work out hard for a long period of time. And somebody that trains their chest for 2+ hours is working out long, but they're not working out intensely enough. And the higher the intensity, the shorter the duration of the workout, but that's the type of workout that's going to generate progress. So the key is train one body part a week, hit it hard, get in, get out, and focus on that recovery time, that rest. That brings us to the second, I think, factor or consideration, nutrition. So many people's nutrition, once they leave the gym, is not on point. They're not recovering because they're not eating the right things. Let's get a little bit of input from you two on nutrition and how it affects our ability to recover.
Well, when you get home from the gym, you need to eat protein, especially to fuel your muscles. If you're not eating the right things to fuel your muscles and help them repair themselves, then simply they're not going to repair themselves and they're not going to grow. So if you're going home and feeding your body with junk, it's not going to do anything for the workout that you just wasted your time doing.
And there's a little window, right? Like right after the workout where we kind of have an improved capability to absorb nutrients, especially protein, because again, we just broke down muscle tissue. So let's go ahead and get that protein in our body as soon as possible after the workout so that those nutrients can get through that open window, enhancing repair, enhancing recovery of that muscle that you just broke down. Great point on Lindsay's part.
Exactly, and touching on Dave's protein video as well, it's not just, okay, I'm going to go drink a protein shake and that's it for the rest of the day. You want ample amounts of protein to continue the repair process throughout the day. So his recommendation, and mine as well, at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. Moving on to as well, carbs and fats, you definitely want a steady ratio of each of those as well to complement. And it's not just, okay, I'm going to go eat pounds of protein and grow. That's going to bring on other problems. We also need some fiber in our diet. We need the other vitamins and minerals that we can get from those healthy fats and those carbohydrates.
Absolutely. Nutrition's key, guys. I mean, you know, what we do in the gym, we're just kind of stimulating things in the gym. Most of our progress is going to take place outside of the gym, again, as it relates to recovery. And what ultimately is going to help with recovery? Nutrition. Making sure we have the proper nutrients. If we don't have the proper nutrition, how do we repair muscle? If we don't have the proper nutrition, how do we have energy for the next workout that's upcoming? How do we put our body into a state where it's primed to burn fat and build muscle without the proper nutrition? So that's key. Good nutrition allows for what? Recovery. Recovery allows for what? Progress, period. So those are the first 2 considerations. Don't train too often. Second, make sure your nutrition is on point. Third thing, rest. Rest. Lindsay, some input with regard to rest. What would you say is an important piece of people ensuring that they get enough rest?
Well, sleep is huge in recovery. Not just the amount of sleep that you're getting, but how much you're resting even throughout the day. I know me personally, I have a very high stress lifestyle. Stress also is a huge factor in recovery. I actually take a supplement that helps regulate my sleep. I take ZMA when I go to sleep so that when I am sleeping, my muscles are repairing themselves. I drink a protein shake before I go to bed because when you're sleeping, your muscles are going to be repairing themselves. That's their time to repair themselves.
Yes.
So having that protein in my system before I go to sleep is huge in helping my muscles repair themselves while I sleep.
Absolutely. That's a great point. We're sleeping for at least, I'm hoping 6 to 8 hours.
Yes.
So during that, fasting period, there's a higher probability that the body's going to get hungry and start to eat a little bit of muscle tissue in order to feed itself. We do not want that to happen. We're trying to keep as much muscle as we possibly can. We work so hard to build it. So, wonderful point. We want to get some protein in our body prior to bedtime. It's kind of, I would call it an insurance policy. So your body doesn't burn muscle tissue. It burns that protein that we ingest instead. And like Lindsay said, it's going to help with the repair process. It's going to help to rebuild some of that muscle that we broke down during the workout. Trav, your input on that?
Oh, yeah,
the rest part?
Sleep is huge, but you also have to have your leisure time. For me, full-time student, personal trainer, and I'm training for a competition. I'm in the gym all day. And it's not just training myself, it's training other people. So I definitely need my leisure time. So what I do is I go in with my diet plan. I don't want to be cooking throughout the day. I want to be able to kick back, relax, enjoy life. It's not just about, okay, I'm going to hit the gym, I got my mindset on this competition or whatever your goal might be, and I'm just going to focus on that. No, you have to enjoy it. Go out, go for a hike, go play some basketball. Active recuperation is definitely going to help with your progress.
Great point. Guys, we need restorative rest. I always tell people sitting in front of the TV for 2 to 3 hours, just kind of blindly watching whatever is not restorative rest. Like Travis says, you got to kind of have outlets, things that you do aside from work, if you will, or the gym. Going for a hike, spending time with friends, doing things outside. That's restorative rest, and that also helps to manage, I think, our stress levels that also affect our ability to recover. So Excellent point. That pretty much touches, I would think, on the three most important things that, would influence progress or even negate progress in some ways. Inside the gym, again, just to kind of recap and summarize, guys, most people are working out too often, maybe training the same body part too often, not allowing for that body part to repair, and if it doesn't repair again, it's not going to grow. The second thing that we talked about, the importance of nutrition in helping with repairing of muscle, rebuilding of muscle, growing new muscle tissue, giving us the energy that we need to support the upcoming workout. Nutrition is key. I mean, it really is. Third thing, rest. Just good old rest. Managing our stress levels. Like Travis mentioned, getting restorative rest in. And like Lindsay mentioned, getting your sleep. That is huge. So let's try to remember those three things, guys. I think it's really going to help with our ability to recover and ultimately our ability to make progress. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave your questions or comments below. And we will see you all soon. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, guys.